Are we filming right now? Okay. Welcome to episode 1 of the vlog, season 1, day 1, minute 1, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna build. We were never going to do this, but we're gonna build a whole bunch of real estate teams in the United States, across the United States. They're all going to be independent of each other. It's not going to be one like big real estate team. But I wanted to get with a team and just document that journey and kind of bring you along around what we're doing and what's working, what's not working. And I think what you're going to find is that by watching what we're doing and learning as we do it in real time, this is not something we've done this before many times. And then every time you just learn something a little bit new, then you learn something, then you learn something. So hopefully the goal is that we took all of the successes, all of the failures, all the things that didn't work, all the things that did work, and kind of put that all in one, bag, redeploy that bag and launch a bunch of teams across the country. And obviously, if you're a real estate agent in the United States and you want to partner with us in one of the markets that we're growing at, then maybe this video can serve, or this video series can serve as like a roadmap of who we're looking for and why this may be a fit for your business. So today is full of phone call meetings, which actually I'll talk about this in another video. Like we try not to do as many Zooms as we can. Just because Zooms, but like I'm just not a fan of Zoom. So we have a lot of calls today. Mainly what we do the first time that we hop on with agents is we want to figure out like where are they at right now, and then more importantly, the number one thing that I'm looking for when we talk to agents, especially if they want to partner with us in the growth of their team in their market, I want to know what they complain about. Like what are the challenges that they have? What are the reasons they're not hitting their goals? Is that internal? Is it familiar? Like is the family not in support of what they're doing? Is there a financial component to it? Is it a market-based component? Is there like maybe a price point? Like there are vacation markets that they tend to do either really well or really bad depending on like where we are in any given real estate cycle. We're in like arguably the longest real estate cycle that the U.S. has probably ever seen right now. So we want to figure out like where are the issues that they're facing and what's the roadblock preventing them from getting where they want to be. Believe it or not, you can pretty much tell everything that you need to know from a real estate agent based on how they blame. And I don't use blame necessarily as a bad thing, but how they blame their situation as to where they are, right? If it's kind of like, hey, I only know what I know, and I'm looking for somebody who maybe knows a little bit that I don't, and by going there together, we can go a lot farther, then I think a lot of them, that's a really good fit for us. But if it's like, teams don't work in my market, or, my market's different, or we're older, or, nobody here is tech savvy, like if all these things are what they perceive to be the reason to why they're not growing, we don't have the bandwidth to convince people that is or is not a true statement. So we tend to move on pretty quick. Another thing is if like people blame like quality of leads. Anytime somebody is willing to give you like a piece of their contact information for like in exchange of something else, like that, we would call that a prospect. Could be like a guide, could be like homes for sale, could be maybe a listing that you have, something that's coming soon, like your recommendation of like, if you're looking for this type of home in this type of neighborhood, here would be the 3 homes I would consider first. Anytime that somebody gives you their contact info for something like that, we would call that a prospect. Now, where people go wrong on stuff like that is they like, I only want like top of funnel or middle funnel or bottom of funnel leads. And if it doesn't fit within those categories, like I'm just not interested. And in the real estate space, people need to realize that most people only transact like every 7.5 years. And it's even worse right now due to a lot of equity and low interest rates. It's causing a lot of people to kind of hold on longer than they typically would, which is okay. The market's designed to do this by default, right? We'll like this inventory will work itself through. It's just a different type of cycle that we're in right now. But if you knew that like everybody didn't have to move for like every 7.5 years and that there's probably nothing that I could say to get you to sell your home if you didn't want to right now, it would kind of reframe the way that you market in real estate, because our job as real estate agents is not to convince people that now is the best time to buy or now is the best time to sell. I don't know that it is. On this first day of making this video, gas is out of control here in California. It's about $7. For 91, I don't know what it is for 87, maybe 6 something, maybe in the 5 somewhere. But like if you were to ask me is right now a good time to buy gas, I would tell you Yeah, it's a great time to buy gas if you have to drive somewhere, right? So like, is gas cheaper in other markets? Sure, it's much cheaper, and it will go back down in the future. This is kind of like a remember when moment, kind of like when I was in college. Like gas was 99 cents a gallon for like 6 months or something like that. Like that was crazy, right? That was a remember when moment, and I believe we are in a remember when moment with gas right now. But my point is like based on the needs of the client, it's always a great time to do what that need needs based on when they need to do it. So if you need to move because you're the kid on the way, or you just got a new job, or you need more space, or you need less space, or you want an ocean view, or you want, a bigger home, or like an extra bedroom, whatever, you could try to time the market with like down payment and pricing and interest rates and all that. But we never really know that we're right, like until we're there for 5 years, because it could go up in a year and then come crashing down, right? Like it's if we could time the market exactly how it was supposed to be, then the hedge funds would have taken over everything by now, and the market just really doesn't work that way, right? So going back to the original meetings that we have, we look to where the agent places blame as to why they're not achieving what they want to achieve. And if it's a lot of internal, if it's collaborative, if it's like, hey, I see the value in doing something with somebody else, may not be us, could be, any other option out there. But if they see the value in doing something with somebody else, and they know that from a collaboration and a communal feel of growth, then it's typically a good fit. Let's go to the other end of it and look for the team leader partners that we're looking for. We're looking for kind of the same thing. Like, there's so many different parts of the real estate space, of the real estate client journey, that a lot of agents don't really think about, or maybe they don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about it. And what I mean by that is like, there's the lead generation part of it, there's the marketing part of it, there's the sales part of it, there's the appointment part of it, there's the, launching a listing part of it, there's the negotiation strategies, there's the operational delivery of the closing process or the escrow process, depending on what market you're in. And all of those, believe it or not, are very different skill sets. And a lot of real estate agents aren't really willing to like acknowledge that. Like, you may be really good at marketing and sales, but you may not be good at fulfillment. You may be like amazing at managing a transaction and keeping all the paperwork together, and making sure that neither one of the clients wants to quit in that process. But maybe the thought of you like sitting down with somebody and getting them from prospect status to committed client, maybe that's super overwhelming. So what we're really looking for in the team leader partners is the part of that whole process that they completely fall in love with the leadership and the operational part of it. If you're like a hunter and a gatherer from a sales perspective, you're probably not going to be a really good leader. And oftentimes the best leaders are not the best salespeople. And other ways around. Oftentimes, the best salespeople, actually, I would say rarely are the best salespeople the best leaders. It's two totally different types of people. Now, there are obviously a lot of people that exist in both of those worlds, mainly by design and some by default. But for the team leader partners, we're looking for, hey, are you operationally gifted, or do you see that, this team as being one big challenge that you can solve? And number two, do you get fulfillment on the leadership and the growth of others? Because if those aren't your driving factors, being a team leader and running a team of 25 to 38 agents, which are the sizes of the teams that we're looking for in all these markets, I don't know that you're going to be able to see this thing all the way through to where it's really going to be able to A, print money for you, and B, print money for the team that you manage. So again, individual agents, where do they blame everything? And number two, can we be the solution to those problems? And for the team leaders, are they people focused and are they operationally gifted? And is that where they believe that the arena, that should be the only arena that they're playing in? That's kind of what we're looking for. All right, so it's just a few minutes after 12:30 on Monday. We have one call with a real estate agent that wants to join one of our teams. This is not a team leader. This is a real estate agent that is interested in joining that team. He's already had a couple conversations with the team leader, but just has some like last minute things that they need to check the box according to them. So we're going to call them right now. I don't know what I'm going to be able to disclose on this call versus what I'm not, but this will give you a pretty good example. Most agents, believe it or not, they ask the exact same questions, framed in a different light for a lot of them, but most of them have the exact same challenges, exact same issues that they're kind of facing in their business. So we'll see if that comes up here. One of the tools that we use for all of our phone calls, we use RingCentral as our phone platform, and then RingCentral records it, and then we also apply Fireflies to it. Fireflies is like an AI note taker, so this is more just to like keep me in the loop of what's going on and what I need to remember call to call. So People always ask, like, why is this being recorded? Well, that's why. And they get a copy of it as well. It's not a secret. Let's try them again. Hey, Caleb, how are you, man? Steve Olson. I looked at all the notes from your call with you and Kyle. My intent for today's meeting would be more to uncover, like, is what we're looking to build in your market. We do already have the team leader. There's 3 agents that we're working with right now. They're in some phase of the onboarding process. But from a length of how long this team has been live on the market, you would be amongst the founding members. So it would be new. And for some people, they love that idea. Some people that's terrifying, which is totally okay. Here's what I can guarantee you. If you make the calls and you do the outreach and you do the marketing and the content that we suggest, like within 30 days, I don't know how it would be possible that you wouldn't be in productivity. I really don't. No, why don't we do this? I'm going to tell Kyle that you're in. Unless you tell me right now you're not. Okay, so why don't I get you on a quick call with Kyle, and then you guys can kind of go back and forth, and we'll hash out. I'll get the agreement out to you today. That is not normal. The calls do not normally go. I wouldn't call it easy, but they're not normally that like streamlined and simple. I would say that it's normally a little bit more complex, a lot more things that we need to work through. You have to remember we are asking people to like leave their existing career to come work with us. That's not an easy decision anybody should ever have to make. His main concern was like, if I come to you guys, the split actually was really similar to what he was already on. So there was really no financial stuff, but he wanted to make sure that there was a higher likelihood than not that he was going to do more business with us than not, which comes up every call. And that should come up every call, because if you're going to go somewhere else and you're not going to do more business with them, then like, I don't know what you're doing. That would be the number one reason I would ever make a decision. Right. But at the end of the day, it's not predicting the amount of success you have is the real question you should be answering is like, if I step on this platform, will it be easier to get what I want doing the things that I'm already doing right now? That would be like what I would be paying attention to. Because at the end of the day, you're a real estate agent, we're real estate. You still have to do the work. There's no way of getting around the work, right? But is there a platform to where I can do more of the work more efficiently and in a way that's already been proven by somebody else, that if I just did that work over and over and over again, I would get the same result? Then I think you need to run to that opportunity as quick as you can. That is a great question. I probably should have like asked that before we got on that call. Our team splits are simple. It's 75-25. We cover the real split. There's a monthly fee depending on the market and the tech that we have to roll out. It's around $100 a month, give or take. That covers CRM, email, phone, all of that fun stuff. I am a creature of habit. And what I mean by that is I see the wealth and the building over things that we do every single day over and over again. I think I'm really disciplined on like business, pretty disciplined on marketing, analytics, all of that stuff. I'm really good. Health-wise, I wish somebody would transfer that, discipline to me. That would be the next frontier that I know that we need to go down. But in regards to sales, I think that if you knew that every time I made so many calls, I got an answer, every time I got so many answers, I got an appointment, and every time I got so many appointments, I got a deal, then really all you have to do is follow that yellow brick road. And we talked about this on the call. Like, are you willing to follow that yellow brick road in quicker cycles than the average agent? Because every agent goes through that cycle. It's just, will you go through that cycle multiple times a day? Or does it take you like a month to get through one full revolution of that cycle? Meaning how many calls, how many answers, how many appointments, how many deals? People do that and they get to that one deal. And then for whatever reason, they just stop. I don't know why they do that, but the most successful agents, once they get the deal, they don't stop. They just keep going. They get the next one, because momentum breeds momentum. And unfortunately, like frustration and failure, left unchecked, will also breed more frustration and more failure. So the best time to push is when you got your win, because like it or not, when you get a win, it's written all of your face. And when you don't win, unfortunately, that's written all over your face as well, right? So when we get the wins in the business, which definitely don't happen every single day, this business is very challenging, especially right now. When you get the win, that's normally, the sign that you need to push a little bit harder. I forgot to tell you earlier, even though we cover real split and it's 75-25, any deal that comes from the team that's not sourced by your own marketing or your own prospecting activities, that will come with a 35 referral fees. So that would be like if we have any referral partners or advertisings that we run for you, or like let's say you take a listing and we run all the ads for that listing, all business that come in from the ads will come from that. But it's a 75-25. We cover the cost of real. You're split with real and all that fun stuff. And then if the team generates, or when the team generates business for you, you'll pay a 35% fee to the team, just like you would pay if you were paying a referral from anywhere else. Our goal is really simple. And I don't know if I talked about it earlier on this blog. Maybe if like when you're editing this, you can fix this if not. I think there are only really three different like ways you get business. There are ways that you get business from your own efforts every day. That's like prospecting, door knocking, open houses, marketing that you're running, basically all of the efforts, your COI, all of that stuff. Like these are all your efforts that people are proactively reaching out to you because they know that you're the best option for their real estate needs. The second thing would be like industrial, like systems. Like it would be like Zillow or any of the big, I say industrial, any of the big corporate referral, like Open Door, Redfin, stuff like that. If you get deals with those in your market, that's kind of like pillar number 2. So like maybe you're a partner with them. Like there's REOs, there were short sales, there's relocation, there's attorneys, there's listing leads that you can take at like 35 to 40%. There's Zillow, that's obviously a big one. And then the third part is agent-to-agent referrals. So these are other agents that you know that you meet through conferences or in your local market or complementary markets that are giving you deals based on referral fees, anything like that. I would also put, I don't know if this would be in column 1 or column 3, but like your professional network, other attorneys that you know, other types of professions that would naturally just give you business because of who you are. That's probably in category number 1. So as you're working your business, whether you choose to talk with us and work with us on our teams or partner with us as a team leader, you have to ask yourself the question, like when I do my work today, am I manipulating column number 1, which is all the deals that I'm getting because of the efforts in marketing and advertising and content that I'm creating? Is it number 2? Is it coming from a corporate, like Zillow or any of those? Like, do I have all those relationships locked down in my market? And number 3, am I doing enough to help the agent community understand that if you have a client that's looking to move to San Diego or Los Angeles or Dallas or whatever market that you're in, do they know that I am their only option? Do I have enough people in that network to where when they have clients relocating to my market, I'm always getting, that referral? I know agents within our network and other agents that I know personally that are closing, anywhere from 3 to 7 transactions every single month from just an agent to agent referral network that they've kind of created. Now, obviously this works better like in, very high velocity markets, big markets like, Dallas, Texas, or Houston, or San Diego, or Phoenix, or Las Vegas. Like some of the more transient markets is easier. If you're in a small market like Fargo, North Dakota, or whatever, I'm sure Fargo, I don't know anything about that market, but I'm sure they have a lot of people moving in and out, but nowhere near the market of like a San Diego or a Las Vegas, right? So if you're in one of the bigger markets, like agent to agent referrals, it's huge. I think it's one of the most like underserved and underlooked marketing strategies that exists out there. If you do it right, it could be like, 20 plus transactions a year, with very little capital, spend to make that happen. It's more like how many people are you willing to, mastermind with and consult with and help them understand that if they have a client in their market and they're coming to your market, that you should be, the only person that they refer to. All right, wrapping up the day, at least for this vlog, we have a couple of appointments that we need to get to right now. So we're going to wrap it up with this. I want to tell you a little bit about who we're looking for, and more specifically, or more important, why you should follow this journey. Number 1, we are currently looking for agents and team leaders in the Orange County, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Dallas, Miami, and Atlanta market. So if you're in that market and you think that doing this business alongside other people that are doing the same thing that you want to do, or maybe you want to be doing, said a different way, then, I'll put a link in the YouTube description below. You should reach out to us. If you are looking to launch a team and you want to like skip all of the hurdles of like all of the challenges everybody has to go through to be able to launch that team effectively, then I'll put a link for that as well. Schedule a call with me. We do have spots for a few team leaders in those markets open right now. So if you think that your like calling is to help operationalize and lead others to greatness, and that's how you want to make your wealth, then we should talk about that and see if there's an opportunity. It is market exclusive. We do only have one team per market. We don't stack that because we want to make sure we can go all in. But if that's you and you want to do it, we should talk. All right. So this was episode 1 I hope this was valuable. We want to do as much of this as we can. I want to try to keep this as raw as we can. Not a whole lot of like walking around and super polished and like B-roll and all that stuff. Like we want to keep this as raw as possible. And hopefully someday we can look back. Today is April 20th. Do I have that right? Yeah, today's 420. Didn't even think about that. Not that that really matters anything to us. But I want to be able to look back on 420 at this first video and say, hey, do you remember when the team looked like this versus what it looks like now? That's really why I'm doing this, is I want my own personal journey to be documented as we scale this big thing. And then I think in some of this content that we're creating, there's probably going to be some learnings that you can take advantage of and learn from some of the successes and the failures that we're doing, and then grow your own business in the meantime. So if you want to work with us, link in the description below. Schedule a call with me. I'll give you the overview doc. We can talk about all that stuff. And then if it's a fit, great. Let's, love to have you. If it's not, join me on the journey and let me know how this helps your business. All right. See you on the next one.